Hey guys, welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. This video is proudly brought to you by the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for all of your Flesh and Blood needs. I wasn't really sure what to think going into this match because I've never played Victor versus Vynnset, and I also know that Vynnset can build up quite a few rune chants and have some pretty explosive turns where she comes in for like 20 to 25 points with arcane damage. With that in mind, I was like, you know what? Let's just use our extra blues that we have to block rune chants when we can. Let's block efficiently and try to stop some on-hit effects and try to play our game by throwing 3 for 8s. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoy the match. So playing against Vynnset, I think this will be a pretty interesting matchup. The Arcane Lantern gives me the ability to like basically run my entire deck the way I want to and not really have to worry about like, you know, dying to like a crazy amount of arcane barrier or like AB. So I think the Arcane Lantern is actually pretty sweet tech in this matchup. Let's just play around Scepter of Pain on the first turn here. And cards like Trounce and Test of Strength, we're going to hope to get a lot of value out of. Now, Vynnset does play a lot of bigger attacks, so it's not exactly like they're free by any means, but we're going to look to get a lot of value out of the course of, over the course of the game from our Trounces and things like that. So we're just going to block all 9 here. Hope we win our Trounce. Let's see. We lose the first one and then tie on the second one, so nothing happens. That's honestly what I expect a lot of this game. Like, our block cards will be okay, but they won't be insane, if I had to guess. I'm kind of surprised that my opponent didn't just, like, take the turn off to, like, completely set up there. Like, pretty weird to me that they actually threw a bunch of damage at me. I don't know. We're just going to throw the Chokeslam here and arsenal the Golden Sun. I think that that's a perfectly fine line of play to take. I don't want to arsenal Wallop or Clash of Might here, and this is the best arsenal target that I have. It's also worth noting that I'm okay arsenaling this so early because I do have Crown of Providence at my disposal to use if I need to. All right, so our opponent blocks with a card here, takes 3, goes to 37, and then we're going to see what our next hand holds here. Well, only 1 blue here is not great. Search your deck for a Runeblade Aura. Would cost X or less, so they're looking for a Runeblade Incantation if I had to guess. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. And then they're going to Flail. So what I'm thinking here is if we block with the Debilitate, and then we can also block with the Trounce here. And see if we win the Trounce. We actually do win the Trounce, which is pretty sweet. I'm a pretty big fan of winning that. That's pretty cool. So we have an interesting decision to make here because, like, both of these are very good cards to throw here. I mean, throwing 11 Overpower is pretty good. The idea of being able to throw Chokeslam for 9 instead of 8, which means they would have to give me 2 cards, or they have to give me cards and 2 pieces of equipment, or there has to be a defense reaction in some way. Let's go ahead and make another Surge. And then I think we'll just go ahead and throw the Golden Sun. We'll break our gold here. We'll come in for 11 Overpower. Pushing damage here is probably the better play. I'm going to arsenal my Chokeslam. I know that they have the Widespread Destruction just kind of sitting there staring at us, but we do have Crown of Providence to protect us a little bit there, so... Oh, excuse me. Still dealing with my cough here, so... My opponent takes 6, I assume. Yep, falls to 29. Okay. They play Funeral Moon to make a rune chant because they ended up losing life there. Okay, pretty good play from our opponent. The Rune Blood Incantation and the Rune Blood Incantation plus banishing a card from their hand is actually going to give them the ability to be able to play this. So this is unpreventable. So the question is, am I supposed to just like we're definitely going to crown away our arsenal because we don't want to lose it, but am I supposed to keep this in my hand? I mean, I don't think so. I think we can pretty safely just go ahead and block some of that there. And then what we'll do is we'll go Clash of Might, Crown of Providence, and the tech plating here. I think this is a good play, and we can put our Chokeslam to the bottom. If we draw red here, they'll still be okay. And we have a Macho Grande, and they have a Shadow Puppetry. I guess that, you know, even though they do have a lot of 6s and 7s, they do have a lot of misses, too, in their deck. So we still have pretty decent chance at trying to make things happen here. I think just taking 4 here is okay. Like, I don't see a reason to worry about anything. We can just throw, we can go to 35. We can throw the Debilitate for 9, and then we can Arsenal the Command and Conquer so that we're able to set up to where we can pitch a blue next turn, and then we're able to block 6, and then we can still throw our Command and Conquer next turn. Theoretically, that's the play here that we're looking to make. We're just going to try and outvalue Vynnset if we can here, which Victor's pretty good at getting a lot of value out of our cards, so... Woo. So we're going to throw Debilitate for 9 here. I mean, we've had a pretty good start to this game. Like, this has been pretty solid to this point. We did use our Crown of Providence to bail us out a little bit there, but I still think we're in a perfectly okay spot. If they do have a reduced to Rune Chant here, it's going to require them to use their Tunic, which I assume is what they would do if they wanted to play a reduced to Rune Chant against me. I mean, I'm playing Guardian, so like I imagine they have to have their, like they have in those cards, like they have in their defense reacts here. Most people bring those in against Guardians, so. All right, so my opponent's going to take 3 here. I don't think they crowned away a card here, so they have at least 2 Rune Chants on the table. They might have more. Really depends on. Okay, Deathly Well. They create Rune Chants equal to the heroes who have lost life. Okay. I mean, I can prevent this here. Like, let's totally do that. That is 100% the play we're going to make here. And then this has Go again, and they have no way to make more Rune Chants. I'm kind of curious if I want to block with the Civic Steps here. I think we're going to block like this. I don't know if this is the correct time to block with the Civic Steps here. Like, they're probably debating throwing the Flail of Agony at me, and this is probably... Okay, so they are still going to throw the Flail at me. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to block this. Like, it's perfectly fine. We're going to take our off turn here to make a Surge and throw our Command and Conquer, and which is just going to be a vanilla 6. So they actually did make a Rune Chant because they lost life off the Flail, so it ended up being a good block with the Civic Steps there. This is just a 2 for 6, but I think that's perfectly fine. This is what we would consider our off turn, where a lot of times we would just end up throwing the hammer here, but I think this is also an okay play. We're pushing through 3 points of damage this turn, and we're getting to set up a Surge so that our next turn can be, you know, keep a blue and throw our Chokeslam here. Well, they have a Deathly Well and a... Okay, so a red and a blue Deathly Well here. I mean, this is for 7. I think we might just take the Rune Chants here. I don't know. Like, no, we're gonna... We're gonna block this here. I think it's way more methodical to play into the blocking style strategy. So I think we're gonna use our blues that we can here. And then since this is gonna be, this is only for 6, I thought this was gonna be for 7. Oh, it's Mauvrian Skies, not the other way around. So we'll block this, hope we win the clash here. Okay, so reduce to Rune Chant and Test of Strength. I mean, that just means we have a Test of Strength coming next turn, which is pretty good. Like, feel pretty good about that. I think we'll just give them the gauntlets here. Like, I think this is perfectly fine. We don't have any problem with this. We know that they have a reduced to rune chant, so being able to like it would have been nice if we could have kept them off of a rune chant, but unfortunately we couldn't. The Deathly Well sees both players checking life, so it still gives them the ability to make the rune chant there. But we are up 17 points currently, and we're just gonna throw our Chokeslam here. We know we have a test of strength coming. I know there's a test of strength coming off the top of our deck here, so we're going to use that to try and cover up a little bit. I'm curious to know if our opponent's going to give us a card or if they'll give us a Spellbound Creepers. Okay, they're going to give us the Chains and the Reduced to Rune Chant. I mean, they only take one off this exchange, but that's fine because we didn't take anything off their turn. So again, it's still a winning turn cycle exchange for us. Okay. They gain life equal to the numbers of heroes who have lost life. So we have 3 rune chants coming in here. So I think we're going to pitch the... It is nice that we can just block this with 1 card. So I think we're just going to pitch the Cranial Crush here is going to be the play. Since they haven't played a non-attack action, we can just block this out completely here. Being able to block with the test of strength to cover this up, like there's so much value in this. Makes me think there might be a Pummel coming, but I mean, if there is, there is. There's not much we can do about it. If there is a Pummel, I'm going to discard the Wallop. And then I was like, we're going to pitch the Prime Defight to make a Surge and swing the Hammer. Or it might just be better to swing the Hammer and Arsenal this. But it doesn't matter either way. We're just going to be able to throw 9 here. So we physically took nothing and we're throwing 9. We're just continuing to like leak damage against our opponent. I haven't played against Vynnset yet with the Victor deck, but I don't know that our opponent is playing in the most efficient way possible. Like, I don't, you know, I've seen, like, and again, this is no shade at my opponent, like, but I've seen really good Vynnset players, and like, they make my life a lot more hectic than it feels like it has been this game. It also could just be that like all of my cards are lining up in a very positive way, and that I'm just like the things like the Victor deck's just humming right now. All right, our opponent says no blocks here with no rune chants. I'm curious to see like what they have here. Reduced to rune chant here. Okay. Reduced to rune chant is such a good card. Now if they have another one, they get to play it for free, basically. Okay. So they just take 5, okay? Set up a rune chant and pass. I mean, keeping a blue in the Golden Sun is looking pretty solid here. Like, that would be pretty solid if that's what we were able to do. Shadow Puppetry means this is only going to be for 6. So we're actually going to take the 2 rune chants. I mean, the fact that they made one unpreventable means that like they made that decision a lot easier for us, but we were always going to do this because of the way our hands lined up here. Let's hope we win the Trounce. And we do. So we won off of a 10 and then off of a 9. So we're going to be able to make a Surge and throw the Golden Sun for 11 overpower right here, which is going to feel really good. I think I need to refresh here. Yep. All right, so our opponent had go again here, and I'm curious to know what they're waiting on. Like, if they attack me with a flail, I'll probably just let them go to 9. Like, we probably won't do anything crazy here. Like, I mean, the flail like would be fine, but the important thing about the flail to me that I really like is that it makes them take a life. Like, I like that this is like a 1-for-1 exchange. Well, I mean, technically it's a 2-for-1 exchange, but when we're up a whole bunch like this already, what is this? Banish the top card of their deck. I mean, so I have lost life. So they're going to get the Deathly Delight, which is where they gain life. So they're going to gain 2 life, and then we're going to banish a couple of cards. I honestly think that setting up the Spinal Crush is worth going to 27 here. Like, we have a 23-point life lead. We need to use it. You know what I mean? Like, we need to set up and we need to continue to push damage here in any way that we can. So setting up the Spinal Crush is a good play. There's so many reds in the Victor deck that there might be some argument here to just blocking 3. Like, if we just block 3 with the Spinal Crush, like, we get to keep a 20-point life lead and then throw 11 overpower. But I do like having the Spinal Crush in Arsenal here. They banish our Macho Grande. Surge pops. Might pops. We make another Surge off the Vigor token, and then we're going to throw the Golden Sun for 11 overpower. And then our opponent's just going to concede. I guess they just saw the writing on the wall there. When I went back and I watched this game, I realized that nothing crazy ever happened. I just used my extra blues to pitch to Rune Chance, and I just attacked for value cards when I could. Victor is a deck that gets a lot of value out of blocking and being able to play a grindier, more mid-rangey style game. Vynnset kind of plays right into that. I also feel like my Vynnset opponent was a little bit unexperienced with the deck and didn't exactly know how to set up some big, crazy, explosive turns. So I feel like that also played into the match a little bit. Guys, if y'all see anything you think I could have done differently, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.